God's removed almost every circle that I had, from family to workplace to friendships, just a complete detangling in such a quick period of time. So I'll just kind of give you little snippets of my life overall and kind of come around. So growing up, as children, we think that it's okay to normalize certain things that aren't normal. If your parent hits you repeatedly, you grow up in a mindset of thinking that's okay because she's disciplining me or he's disciplining me. If your parent cusses at you, you think that that's okay because it's what you've adapted your mindset to unconsciously. So growing up, my mom used to always, she used to always hit me. It was a lot of physical abuse. But that didn't really impact me more than the verbal abuse did. We would always fight. She lost her job when I was 5 or 6. Bear with me. I was very young, and she lost her job, and she went into a deep depression. She became an alcoholic. Our relationship from there only spiraled downward. We never spent time together. She was always in her room. I could remember that she would stay in her room with her door closed with a pack of Newports and a bottle of alcohol, whatever it may be, every single night. So in turn, that just kind of dismantled our relationship more. It was a lot of verbal abuse of "I hate you," "you're ugly," just a lot of things that could definitely penetrate somebody's spirit without them even knowing it. So I spent a lot of time by myself, being I was the only child. She also had a short temper, so that frightened me. So I could not only gain a relationship with my mom, but she also scared me, not from just I fear you as my mother, but like I fear that she may actually hurt me. She never poured life into me. Life was never spoken. And growing up, I realized that that's something that's so important with your children, is that you pour life into your kids. You tell them that they're beautiful. You tell them that they're handsome. You remind them that they're loved. You tell them that they're going to be something and that they're worth so much more than what the world may say. Because it's the seeds that's implanted from when you're young that grows up into you as an adult. And if you grow up with the mindset of no self-worth, then you're going to walk into that identity that the enemy has tried to create for you. My father was never in the picture. I actually just came in contact with him about 2 years ago. I'm 27 now, so for about 25 years, my dad was never in my life. And so my mom, she would, of course, damage his name and say a whole bunch of things to deter me from ever finding out who he was. But by the grace of God, I was able to get in contact with my real father. So growing up, I never had a sense of self-worth. Unconsciously, I allowed people to define me. Through middle school to high school, through adult life, I gained fulfillment in both male and female relationships. For female relationships, I would put my all into a friendship because I would look at that individual as my God. Now, I'm not at that moment calling them God or idolizing them consciously, but because I never had no sense of self-worth, I would look at that individual like, oh my God, you're my best friend, and it could definitely damage a relationship because you can push the person away when you allow them to be everything that they're not supposed to be, that only God can be for you. And so with male relationships, I definitely would never be without a relationship. I would always be with somebody or doing something with some guy because I wanted to feel like I was loved. I wanted to feel like somebody cared about me. And so I placed my hope in men and I placed my hope in women, hoping that they would identify who I'm supposed to be, but that was never their place. So growing up, I was always in God. My grandmother used to always pick me up for church every Sunday. We've had our permanent seat in church, that one seat you go to that nobody else don't touch. That's the type of church that I grew up in. And so while I was always in church all my life, I was still completely broken. While everyone goes around and they say, oh, good morning, and hey, how are you? And, from about Emmanuel's age up, I'm just in church, but I had no worth. I had no identity. I had no mind of Christ. I was just another person filling up a seat in a pew. And that's a very serious thing when you don't reach the hearts of the people in your ministry, because they grow up damaged, and then you wonder what you did as a pastor or as a mentor, as a minister, because you didn't help build that person. You didn't talk to them. You didn't form a relationship. You just saw them as a seat in a church. And so that's what I grew up under. So I never allowed God himself to fill me. And so then that's when the enemy began to invade my mind. That's when the enemy began to invade my mind. So he started from when I was young. I mean, he was already doing his work through my family, and he already started attacking my thoughts, but it wasn't until I got older when I started to realize that I began to think that I wasn't worth anything. And so God warned me through one of his prophets and apostles, because mind you, I was always in church. And so one of his apostles, she actually, I do believe, is a prophet of God. She warned me to stop having sex or I would become pregnant. I didn't listen. I was like, God, you wouldn't do this to me. Like, look at me. He would not do this to me. He did it to me, but I wouldn't want to say he did it to me. I did it to myself. But again, it's walking in disobedience. It was cultivated through me seeking my relationship in a man, thinking that man would sustain me, and if I had a child, that it would be okay, and that God would just cover my tracks along the way. And that was the wrong mindset. So I was alone, afraid, insecure growing up. I tried taking my life twice. I've tried, I would call it an abortion in a sense. Emmanuel, when I was pregnant, I tried crashing my car because I thought, hey, I mean, no one would even know that we're gone. I mean, no one loves me anyway. I don't have a family. I don't have my parents, Why not just go? And so, sorry. And so, thankfully, God did not allow that to happen. I've checked myself in mental health facilities before, but it wasn't because I necessarily wanted to be classified as a patient more so. I just wanted help. I wanted somebody to tell me that you're worth something. I wanted somebody to tell me that, you're beautiful. You can make it. You have worth. You have value. And when you grow up and you don't have anyone instilling that in you, you get a very misconceptive mindset of identity, and you begin to do things that's not of God, and take your life and think that that's okay. My eyes began to. Now I've always been a God. I've always known. The thing is, I've always known that God has called me to be different. I've always had. I've always wanted to walk in purity. I've always wanted to wait until marriage. I've always wanted to do what God would have me to do. I just didn't know how to do it. And then my eyes opened up to the truth about how oppressed I was. I came to HTM in mid-18. Pastor George definitely welcomed me in. I expressed to him that I needed help, and he guided me to Miss Michi. And when I say that lady interceded on my behalf, she didn't even know. And she called me one day, and she prayed, and she prayed, and she prayed. And I just poured my life out to her on the phone. I don't even know you. I've never met you. I don't know what you look like. And I'm just telling you everything. And I mean, it was through the prayers of the righteous that I believe has literally saved my life. At the time that I met Miss Michi, I was dealing with a very demonic individual. I was dating a man who had no relationship or belief in God. He openly confessed how he practiced witchcraft. He's seen hell. He's had personal encounters. He's had visitations with demons, and he can access a person's dream life. He was definitely not my husband. But I grabbed onto the identity of man, and I said, well, it's okay. I just won't play my Christian music around him. I'll play it when I get home. Oh, it's okay. I just won't read my Bible around him. Oh, it's okay. I just won't, if he asks me, if it's a Sunday and he say, oh, what did you do today? I won't mention church. I'll just say I hung out with my son. And so I began to compromise who I was in Christ for the identity of man, just to be accepted. And that is not the thing to do. I beg you, do not compromise who you are in God for a man. I don't care how young you are. I don't care how old you are. It's not worth it. So now I'm in my extrication process. I was working at GW. I'm an EMT, so I've worked at GW for 2.5 years. I'm in the emergency department. That's where I met the gentleman at. He did security in the hospital. I had to quit my job. I had to quit my job. And I'm not telling anybody here to just go out and quit your job, but I had to get to a place where I was tired. I was tired of people. I was tired of friendships just ending and not understanding why. I tried blocking this man, but every time I went back to work, I saw him again. And I had to do something to free myself. And so I quit my job. I blocked almost everybody on social media. I walked away from friendships that weren't in Christ and that weren't healthy for me. And then I became completely alone. From going from somebody who longed for someone to go into someone who was okay being alone, it is the best experience ever. Friends who I've been close to for years are gone. I mean, 10-year relationships, 12-year relationships, gone. Like a small situation would just put a prick in a relationship. And it's like, at first I was sad, and now I'm like, wow, this is great. Like, bye, like, thank you. Like, I needed you for that season, but now I'm going somewhere that you can't go, and I'm not saying I don't want you to come with me, but I gotta go. And it's a beautiful thing being alone and finding Christ and finding identity in God alone. And so even with my family, my mom and I, we, of course, as I said at the beginning, never had a relationship, but I thank God that He has not grafted me to be who my family is. Amen. Although my mom dealt with the struggles and everything as a child, I don't see it as that. I just see her as this really mean lady who I am terrified of. But growing up and understanding that, okay, she went through a mental cycle of depression. She lost her job. We were very poor. She had a lot going on. And then she didn't have Christ. So you can only imagine dealing with things without God and how it can damage you. So I do forgive my mother, and I love her so much. And, you know, if it wasn't for her birthing me, I would not be able to stand here and help somebody else. And so I encourage you to not cast yourself away from your parents if they ever wronged you, but go closer to them. For my father, he was not in my life. Now, many people would say, I have nothing to say to him. I was having a conversation with people, well, you know, I've never known my dad. He's never been in my life. You know, how can you just have a conversation? It's no point anymore. I mean, you've never been there anyway. Well, it's so much purpose in that. It's not for you. It's not for him. It's not for them. It's for you. It's for you to get to a place where you learn to forgive. You love people past who they are. And God has been working on love with me. And when you love somebody unconditionally, where you say, I don't care what you did to me, I don't care how you left me, I don't care how you abandoned me, I'm going to love you past that, and I'm going to get to know you. We're going to work this out. I'm going to form a relationship with you. It does so much to your spirit. I can testify that God, He heals. He hears you. He will minister to you when you feel alone. And so my prayer is that we would just surrender our lives completely to God. That we would just abandon everything that's not good. Every relationship, every friendship, every root that you know is not of God. Walk away from it. Yeah. It's gonna be hard and you're gonna feel alone. But God's mercy is so great. And He will change your life in a way that you would never think or imagine. And so, right now I'm currently awaiting my husband. I'm waiting on marriage. I'm walking in the things of God. I'm telling my friends no more. I don't care. You can call me a holy freak. You can say, oh, she's too churchy. You can delete me off of social media. I do not care because this is who I am in Christ. And